I saw Tammy Schumann at Valley River. Did you know she's pregnant again?
Really?
Yeah.
I know that must be hard for you.
I'm happy for her.
But you wish it was you.
Well, it still could be. I'll make it worth your while. I'm 37 years old. I'm running out of time. You know, maybe thinking about diapers and carpool will get your mind off of, you know.
Annie, having kids won't make this all go away.
No, but maybe it'll give me somebody to talk to.
This just isn't the kind of world I want to bring kids into.
Why? Because you're so obsessed with little green men?
They're great.
You know, if I learned anything being married, it's when they ask you, you don't ask questions. I mean, this moron, he can't work, he can't eat, and now this. And she ain't half bad either.
You really are being adolescent about this.
We're supposed to watch everything.
You're not supposed to enjoy it this much. I'll go get coffee.
Maybe we should start seeing Dr. Clark again.
You mean me?
Well, I'll go too if you want.
Maybe if you just believe me, we could both stay home.
I can't pretend that something is happening just to make you happy. That's not love.
I'm not the only one this has happened to before. You know, read the books.
Well, if that were true, then don't you think the people in the government would know about it?
They do. They're just keeping it to themselves.
So this is some sort of cosmic Watergate.
Someone just needs to blow the whistle on this.
Our government can't keep a secret about anything.
Maybe they just never had one worth keeping before.
Perimeter's broken.
Nothing in the main room. Bedroom's negative. Video's crashing.
Squad. Destination ETA, 2 minutes. Squadron leader to base. Target now in sight. Operation Forced Encounter now engaged. Tracking and in pursuit.
General Spaulding, sir.
Chopper's lost it in 30 seconds. Stealths are on its tail, tracking, ready to intercept in the upper.
What about MJ1?
Wasn't awake.
Well, I hope to high heaven he's awake now.
I hope he's got the guts to pull the trigger.
Handprint verification complete.
Their specified sectors at all times.
Sir, these are the latest coordinates. Radar has targeted objects.
Put it on the big screen. What about our orbitals? Full site coverage?
We can get a clean shot on.
Give me MJ1.
Annie! Annie, wake up! Wake up! We're leaving.
What?
Come on.
Where are we going?
Something happened just now. They were here.
I've been in the same bed with you. If anybody had been in here, don't you think I would have heard them?
Not if they didn't want you to.
Honey, it was a bad dream, that's all. Dreams can't hurt you.
Annie, they were just here. You may think this place is splendid isolation, but there's nothing I want more right now than being surrounded by 5 million other human beings. Come on! I'm getting the car. They're coming. Hurry up.
Chasing radar. I can't see it. Spaulding. We're tracking them now. It's spoofing me, Red Wing. It's been below, and now it's on top.
Copy and confirm, Hawkeye. I know we're supposed to be tailing this thing, but I get the feeling it's the other way around.
I'm going to break and drop. You thrust and stick. Maybe one of us can catch something.
Say when.
Counting down to 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Clarify position and maintain scanner update.
Looks like Red Wing's in front of them and Hawkeye's behind.
Copy. Do we have clearance to engage?
Tell him he doesn't have time to think about it. He decides now or he loses his chance.
Target in sights. I have the bogey. Time for one shot, maybe. I don't believe this.
Hawkeye, what's going on? Do you copy?
Making them look like a couple of Cessnas.
Sir, they're going to be outside our fighters' range momentarily. They're moving that fast. Now, the Russians assure us it's not one of theirs. Sir, in a matter of seconds, we're going to be down to our orbital perimeter. Thank you, sir. You've made the right decision. We are authorized.
Satellite matrix position. We're tracking.
SDI coming online. Detectors on and functioning.
Orbital readiness.
Radar go.
Tracking go.
Laser, go.
Retrieval go.
Energy circuit go.
Solar cells go.
Atmospherics, go.
Lock and engage.
have impact.
Awaiting object range and coordinates.
Dropping fast.
Radar ranging data indicates a radically controlled flight.
Vector 090, please stand by.
If it maintains present configuration into a crash, it looks optimum for recovery somewhere Quadrant 3, Sector 7 or 8.
I'll get a team and get up there.
We'll do it.
Come on, Uncle. It's freezing out here. Let's go.
Soon.
How soon?
Soon.
Look, I gave you a ride, but I'm not sticking around until I'm your age before something happens.
Delta Force, you in position?
Roger, on your command.
Okay, let's do it.
Those roses never did anything to you, did they?
Those geniuses at the lab have just about improved these right into extinction. I mean, look at this. Black spot on just about every petal.
Excuse me for not minding my own business, but are we really talking botany here?
Pretty obvious, huh?
Well, it could be worse. I read about a woman who claimed she married an alien. At least yours only sneaks out in the middle of the night for a quickie.
Janine, don't even dignify this.
Of course, she also claimed that Elvis performed at her wedding. I think I hear yet another plant in distress. Paul?
Look, I'm sorry.
Sorry isn't good enough anymore.
What do you expect me to do?
Well, for starters, you can find the Morehouse records so that we can write them a letter telling them that their roses have been inbred to death, except that we can't because the computer doesn't work.
Computer? What's wrong with it?
I don't know.
Well, you're trying to run a high-density disk and a low-density drive.
How is Janine supposed to know that?
Janine? Computer's not her job.
That's right. It's yours. Which you barely do anymore because you are so busy obsessing.
Obsessing?
Look, Paul, everybody has got problems. Some guys drink too much, some guys work too hard, some guys chase women. I'm willing to accept that this is your hang-up and work through it with you, but only if you get help.
Is this some kind of ultimatum?
I'm having a hard enough time keeping our plants healthy. Do something for yourself, please.
What, somebody throwing a party? Authorized personnel only. We pay our taxes on the road. That authorization enough? I got a press pass. Michael Novato, WIN Special Projects.
Mr. Novato, I'm afraid you'll have to leave. Turn that thing off?
Would you care to explain on camera the reason for that?
Because if you don't turn it off, we'll turn it off for you.
Fine. We'll wave to you from the chopper.
Be my guest. Of course, it's closed airspace. Anything that flies over gets shot down.
Warning. Decontamination process now started. Remain clear.
All right. Let's make this quick. Delta Force. We're mobilizing the surrounding area. Anything breaks out, we have the firepower to handle it. Security?
Nobody's getting out and nobody's getting in. Doomsday is airborne.
Doomsday? If circumstances dictate, we have the option to use tactical nuclear weapons. Anybody wants to leave is free to do so.
Research Team 1, please locate the nuclear container immediately.
Good. Science?
We don't even know if it's metal. Looks more like the skin of a reptile. The hull sustained minor damage considering the hit it took.
We're getting strontium-90 readings of 157 rads.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's nuclear powered. We might be sitting on a reactor leak.
Suggestions?
Take it apart under controlled circumstances. Move it to Rampart.
Moving it might aggravate the situation.
Breaking into it out here on a mountainside might aggravate the situation.
These are not the proper conditions to conduct a scientific inquiry.
Until we know whether or not we have a military situation here, this is not a scientific inquiry.
Let's say we move it to Rampart. How quickly can we do it? What kind of time are we talking about?
Well, how long would it take you to move a broken 747 500 miles? You didn't want anybody to know you were doing it.
We go in tomorrow.
Prepare for incoming chopper. Loading bay 2. Delta Force mobilized and ready.
Radiation levels are down to just about normal. If we have to wear these, they're going to cut our reaction time.
I'm still worried about viral contamination.
Medical and emergency teams stand by.
Look, we're only dealing with a potential threat here. We're not at war with who's ever in there. I want you to engage only to protect human life.
Boarding party now cleared for entry. All personnel on standby.
Looks like some kind of surgical gear.
No sign of life. What have you done?
You didn't hear that?
We all heard it, Dan. I want all weapons off automatic now.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Just do it.
Well, I'm no expert on this form of life. Offhand, I'd say you managed to kill it.
Sir, unless they have some kind of hibernation response to injury, I think they're all dead.
The strontium count is up to 227 over here. You think the radiation killed them?
No. The impact probably caused extensive internal bleeding.
Over here, sir.
What do you got?
Oh my God, it's alive.
Don't shoot. Stand clear.
Base, we have contact.
And sometimes they attach this device to my and extract sperm, I think. And then typically I'm returned back to the bedroom.
And Annie, where is she during these abductions?
Well, I don't really know. I assume they leave her in the bedroom.
Why do you think these abductions started happening just 6 months ago?
They didn't. That's when I had the hypnotic regression.
Was this person who hypnotized you a professional?
Well, he wasn't an MD, if that's what you mean. He has a lot of experience with abduction cases.
Let's get the chronology straight. You originally came to see me because you were having nightmares. You quit seeing me, got yourself hypnotized, and that's when you came up with this theory about aliens. What do you make of that?
Only that you've already decided that I'm crazy. I'm out of here.
Paul, she didn't mean that.
Like hell she didn't.
Annie, please sit down.
I'm sorry.
Annie, I think Paul's obsession with alien abductions has tied him with something else. Something very understandable.
It is.
You told me you two were trying to have a baby.
Yes.
Paul's subconscious may be interpreting the idea of parenthood and family as the loss of his own childhood. His innocence, in other words, is what's being abducted. Not him physically.
You mean he came up with this alien thing as an excuse not to have kids?
Paul Corliss?
Depends. I win the lottery?
You might say that.
What the hell is this?
Okay, Sergeant. Dismissed.
What's going on? Why am I here?
Sit down, Mr. Corliss.
Oh, so you know who I am. Great. Well, who the hell are you?
Recording. I'm General Kenneth Spaulding. I'm speaking to civilian Paul Corliss, who is currently without classification. With me is Lieutenant Colonel Dan Lerner as a witness.
I have a right to know why I'm here. You can't just grab people off the street. What's going on?
Read this, Mr. Corliss. Let me give it to you without the bark. In plain English, it's a contract that says we give you certain information you want, and in exchange, you agree not to tell what you know to anyone, ever.
Why? Why me?
I don't think he's right for this.
He has to be. Mr. Corliss, do you understand your responsibilities should you accept security classification Ultra?
I don't understand any of this.
Listen, Corliss, this is simply a formality. One that you can't refuse, period. End of discussion.
If you're who you say you are, I have rights and you can't do this. You want me to tell everybody you're abducting American citizens?
If you do, you'll never tell anybody anything again.
Now you're threatening my life?
You're free to go, of course. But I think you know why you're here.
This is about them, isn't it?
I'm sorry, Mr. Corliss. I can't answer your questions until you assure me you'll play by the rules.
All right, fine. Fine.
Mr. Paul Corliss is signing documentation formalizing official denial, classification Ultra.
You'll need this.
Majestic. I've read about this. You guys are real?
As real as it gets.
Colonel Lerner is our chief of security.
What's that mean? You in charge of the big lie?
No one lies. We deny.
They're now a part of official denial, Corliss. So drop the attitude. Get you old real fast around here.
Let's take a walk. You're not crazy, Mr. Corliss. They're here.
And you've been keeping this a secret?
You think the president should go on TV and tell us all about it?
I think that would be a good start.
And what would you have him say, Mr. Corliss? That alien intelligence and technology invades our airspace at will, abducts our citizenry and performs surgical procedures on them? That we don't know who they are or how to stop them? But it flies in the face of reason, Mr. Corliss. It undermines religion. It undermines authority. And in fact is nothing more than a prescription for blind and mindless panic.
You must have some idea who they are after you've done all of this.
Actually, we know more about what they are, Doctor.
Gross examination gives you 4 fingers, webbed toes, no eyelids, but some kind of outer shell protecting a cornea, hard gums instead of teeth, some kind of hearing orifice, and no external genitalia.
Your autopsy?
Tough getting in there. The skin appears to have been subjected to heavy UVB radiation, leathery as hell. Anyway, you've got a single heart-lung organ, real simple intestinal system. Looks like they have a hypothalamus about 3 times greater than the average human.
How did you get this one?
We got tired of waiting for them to land on the White House lawn.
We shot one down.
You don't recognize this guy? He was in your house.
My house?
I'm afraid we've been watching you, Mr. Corliss.
Don't you guys ever ask?
They don't. They drag our citizens off in the middle of the night. Our leaders think that's a matter of national security. And I agree with them.
Our leaders, you mean the president?
You're not classified for that information.
Oh, come on, you can tell me. Does the president know or not?
People who need to know, know.
So why tell me?
Come with me, Mr. Corliss.
It's the Extraterrestrial Biological Entity Isolation Unit. EBISO for short.
This one's alive?
Took it off the respirator 2 days ago.
What are you doing to it with all this stuff?
We have a lot of high-priced PhDs who figure this is the way to get it to talk.
Has it said anything?
Not to them. To you, maybe. That's why you're here.
Oh, wait a minute.
I don't think I'm going to learn what I need to know from playing with blocks. What I do know is that creature was on a spacecraft in your backyard. It obviously had some sort of business with you. I'm in the mood to take a chance. What I'm prepared to offer you, Mr. Corliss, is the opportunity to go one-on-one, to communicate in a controlled environment with your abductor.
As far as I'm concerned, you're both abductors.
I'm not your adversary.
Why should I help you?
My doctors tell me it's dying. May only be a matter of days. We have to start now.
Okay, ma'am, when was the last time you saw your husband?
It was Tuesday.
Tuesday, huh? And what were the circumstances there?
We were at an appointment, and he left a few minutes early, and when I came out, he was gone.
Was your husband angry when he left?
Yes, but it's not what you're thinking.
You know, a lot of times with these domestic situations, we find that all people really want is a little peace and quiet. Huh. I'll bet your guy is off playing pool or something.
He is not playing pool. He hasn't come home. He hasn't gone to the office. He left the car.
What kind of appointment was it where this fight took place?
It wasn't a fight. And the appointment was with a Dr. Clark.
What kind of a doctor is he?
She's a psychiatrist.
She? Was there any chance that your husband and this doctor are having an affair?
I was with them. And besides, he doesn't even like her.
So he says. Also says here he filed a report a few months back claiming he was abducted by aliens.
I want you to take this seriously.
Oh, I am? You think the little green men took him?
Thank you very much for your help, Detective.
Decontamination now starting. Please turn slowly. Decontamination complete.
Hey? You remember me? Good. I'm coming in. They made me put these on so you don't get some kind of a disease or something. So everybody has their favorite question around here. Where are you from? How does your ship work? How many of you are there? But I just want to know one thing. 5.5 billion people out there and you picked me. Why? Why? All right, back to basics. See, everyone around here has a name. Maybe if you, typed your name in the computer. Did you type? Das, uninstalled. Das. Das. Your name is Das. You want to tell me something different later? That's okay, but for now, it's Das. You know, if you don't like what they're feeding you, just say something. I'm sure they'd be happy to. What do you eat? It's okay. I'm all right. I'm all right. I think he's just worried about his food or something. See, I know what I sound like because I've been doing all the talking. It'd be nice to hear from you. You know, a conversation, that's when I say something and then you say something. You know, I had a hypnotist regress me. The first thing I remember was you. Actually, it was damn scary. See, humans ask each other before they get intimate. Usually. But then again, I'm not supposed to be doing all the talking. You are.
Right, Michael. So tell me what you've got on that new government spy plane.
Take a look at this. Some kid from Baker sent this in.
What are you saying here, Michael? UFOs?
It's a distinct possibility.
Michael. We do journalism here. We leave that other stuff for the tabloids.
You want to talk journalism?
More than I want to talk UFOs, all right?
Thursday night, during the hour this tape was shot, there was enough airbase activity at McClellan to fight off a first strike. Friday morning, the military had an entire mountainside cordoned off.
Well, they'll say routine tests. I'll say circumstantial and unrelated.
Oh, you want relation? Around the same time, 45 miles north of McClellan, neighbors say the sky was full of military helicopters hovering around some guy's house. Some greenhouse owner.
You think that's a cover-up? Some CIA kind of thing?
It's hard to tell. This guy, Paul Corliss, he's missing. Am I relating enough for you yet?
All right. Now, something crashed in the mountains that the government wants to keep quiet. Now, that is a good story. All you have to back up your theory is some home video shot by a teenager?
This greenhouse guy, Corliss, 3 months ago, he filed a report saying he'd been abducted by aliens. The local cops handed the report over to the Air Force.
And what did they say?
What they always say, that they got out of the alien business back in 1969 when they closed down Blue Book, which I don't believe. And even if it's true, maybe they should get back into it.
This isn't working, is it?
More than a few people around here think that's true.
Colonel Lerner, for example?
Good example. I can guarantee you one more session in there, but after that, I don't know. So give it your best shot, huh?
Nobody wants to know more what's going on than I do.
Don't be so sure. I've devoted damn near my entire professional career to this project.
Have you ever been this close to one? to a live one?
Nope. That's what makes it all the more important. Can't be sure I'll ever get another chance.
Do what I can to make this count.
Good. I'm gonna fly up to the crash site tonight. I'll be back in the morning.
Wait, one more thing. You said I could call my wife.
Well, you can't call till we work out a cover story for you.
A cover story? This is my wife.
I've been married to the same woman for 33 years. You think she knows what I do?
General, I don't think you understand. This whole thing is about ruining my marriage. And now I disappear. And when I call to tell her where I am, I have to give her some lie she's not going to believe.
She'd believe it.
What makes you so sure?
You love her, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, you can't tell her the truth, so if you don't want her to worry, you'll make a believer out of her.
Mr. Corliss, have a seat. Put it on monitor 4. Sergeant?
Access. Dialing.
Stick to the script.
Hello?
Hey, Annie.
Paul, you're all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm okay.
And where are you?
I don't really know. Oklahoma, I think. Some truck stop on the interstate.
What are you doing there?
Annie, I'm sorry if you've been worried.
You just disappeared. I even went to the police.
Yeah, I guess I just freaked out. I walked out to the freeway and I got a ride.
Paul, come home.
I can't. Not yet.
Why not?
I need some time. I know I've been acting crazy. I just need to clear my head.
We can work it out. We can work anything out. Do you understand? But we can't work it out until you come home.
As soon as I can. Look, I gotta go. Someone else needs the phone.
To hell with him, Paul.
I love you. Surprise. You know who I am? I don't know if I understand this or not, but I think it has something to do with you and me. I only hope it makes you feel more comfortable and not less. You don't look like you feel too good. You hungry, maybe? They analyzed one of these, and in their official opinion, they decided you must have brought your own because they don't grow these around here. Here. It's all yours. I already had breakfast. Not bad, huh? You're welcome.
got out of our containment suits a couple days ago. It's biologically clean.
What else have we learned about the ship?
Looks like it flies through fusion-generated magnetic pulses.
Sounds like something we'd build if we could.
Oh, we will someday, and maybe a lot sooner thanks to this.
Damn shame we had to shoot it up first. What happened to the hole?
You're looking at it.
Not a good time for jokes.
It's no joke. It healed itself, grew back together like human skin growing back over a wound.
That's unbelievable.
Oh, in more ways than one. We still have no idea how it stands up to the stress of prolonged interstellar travel. We found a control. The main door in the cabin.
How's it looking inside?
The shooting spree Lerner went on didn't help.
Well, they wouldn't let him out for Desert Storm. He's still looking for a war.
General Spaulding, sir. This problem, the EB ISO unit.
Vital signs negative.
Clear. Clear. What in the hell is going on around here?
Take it up with General Spaulding. He authorized it. I thought I'd be less threatening if I tried to look more like it.
No response. And what happened?
Oxygen and ventilator ready.
I was talking to him, and he ate. He sat down, crossed his arms, and just kind of drifted off.
Probably scared him to death.
Let's try point 3 adrenaline. Can't just inject it with everything we've got. Can't just watch you die either.
This thing comes out of this, we try it my way. Attach a cost to non-compliance. Oh, that'll help. You are not involved in this.
You could have fooled me.
Get him out of here.
This time I want to go in slowly. I don't want the heart lung organ damaged again.
It's back. Give it some room. Just give it some room.
Whoever talks to that thing, General, represents the entire world. It should be an image of strength, not some freak show.
Well, I'm going to try and catch my flies with honey one more time.
I'm not sure you have that authority.
Meaning what exactly?
Meaning that in cases such as this, the MJ command structure recognizes on-site intelligence. And I am the senior security officer.
Your job is to make certain that alien stays where it is. My job is to do with it whatever the hell I want. In the meantime, you can reach me in the air. I'm on my way in.
Look, the truth is, we're running out of time. And I may be the best friend you've got. If you could just say something. Say anything. I just want to know why. A guy who owns a greenhouse, who barely makes a middle-income living, who graduates in the middle of his class and has never won an award of any kind. Why the hell were you guys so interested in me?
Will you tell me that? What the hell made you so damn interested in me?
There is no need to shout. My hearing has been engineered to exceed yours.
What?
We will attract less attention if you think instead of talk.
You sound like my high school English teacher.
You hear my thoughts in a way that makes sense to you.
Do we have something?
No. Why have you waited so long to communicate?
Based on my captivity, it seems obvious I will need assistance, probably from you, in order to join the others.
Don't lie to me, Corliss. I'll pull you out of there.
No, I just thought he was going to say something. I was wrong. I'm sorry, but there aren't any others. They all died in the crash.
In that case, it becomes urgent that I return to the transport vehicle. Why? The future of your world depends upon it.
Your lips may not have moved, but you were talking. Lerner's right.
You two have overactive imaginations.
You know, that creature has no one but you. You have no one but me. All I want is what you want.
Which is?
The truth. If they mean us harm, I'm a soldier. I'll do what I have to do, and you'll be glad I did. But if the truth is something else, they have nothing to fear from me.
So you say.
Who else you gonna trust around here?
He made it so I could hear his thoughts in my head.
What'd he tell you?
That he's dying.
Did he say why they're here, what they're up to?
Das said that he and the others on the ship have different bodies, but they share the same mind.
Sort of a group consciousness.
And now that the others are dead, Das only has one piece of the puzzle.
So we don't have a chance, is that what you're telling me?
Well, he says the life forces of the dead ones are still there at the crash site. And that if he can go there, somehow his body can reabsorb their life force. That'll keep him alive. And it'll give him the ability to answer your questions.
In other words, all I got in that room is a body. If I want the mind, I gotta take the body to the mountain because one's not gonna work without the other. Is that about it?
That's the message.
Then he's dead. There's no way this kind of thing will fly through channels.
I thought you were in charge.
I'm the leader of a working group. There are checks and balances. There are those in the chain of command that feel he's part of an invasion force. This kind of thing would have to go through security. That's Lerner's department.
You're not gonna find your truth in an autopsy room.
I don't want you to mention this to anyone else.
Are we keeping secrets from the secret keepers now?
Can I count on you?
General. Who else are you gonna trust around this place?
Why don't you take a few days off? I can tell this is freaking you out.
And do what? Sit at home and freak out? I'm okay, thanks.
Excuse me. I'm looking for Annie Corliss.
That's me.
Michael Novato.
I've seen you on TV.
WIN News. I want to talk to you about your husband.
Do you know where he is?
Do you?
No.
Neither do I. But I do know that he told the city authorities that he was afraid of aliens.
Get out.
Annie, maybe he's trying to help.
How, by making Paul look crazy in front of the entire world? You guys are sick.
In case you change your mind,
My biologist confirmed the aliens' life signs are shutting down.
I'm sorry to be right about that.
If I can get you out of here, will you take them?
You'll do that?
Mr. Corliss, I have bent the rules as far as they will bend. If I have to break a couple to get to the bottom of this, I'll do it. You're a civilian, but you could end up dead or missing just the same.
I have to know.
It's a truck leaving tomorrow with one of the preserved bodies on it. If you and the live alien were there instead, covered your tracks, it could be 24, maybe 36 hours before they caught you.
What about all the soldiers?
Well, Lerner won't be looking for you at the ship, at least not at first.
You can't just go walking around the crash site.
This is under Colonel Lerner's authorization. You stole it.
Sergeant Schoen?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Paul Corliss. I'm one of the civilians in the project.
Yes, sir, I know about you.
We've got another passenger. Here's the paperwork.
Okay, jump in.
Thanks.
temperature is not raised soon, it will be impossible to sustain life.
Pull the truck over, Sergeant.
I can't do that. Hey! Take it easy, man.
I said pull the truck over. Now get out. Step away from the door. Stay by the road, they'll find you.
The alien's gone. So's your man Corliss.
You think Corliss took him?
It's exactly what I think. I also think he had to have help. He had a gun and a Transport 2 manifest.
Could have stolen them.
Or somebody could have given them to him. In which case, General, you and I are both prime suspects. And I know I didn't do it.
You know, Colonel, as head of security, you should be concentrating your efforts on finding him, not pointing fingers.
Oh, I'll find him. In the meantime, Majestic Protocol demands you be relieved of your operational duties, pending the outcome of my investigation.
That dog won't hunt, Colonel. As you yourself so astutely pointed out, you are the other suspect.
What's the point?
Point is, you want to play it by the book, you're going to have to relieve yourself of duty as well. As I see it, we can do our job, or we can both turn ourselves over for house arrest.
I'll find Corliss. And if you had anything to do with this, your career is over. General.
Annie, thanks for coming.
Paul?
I missed you.
You've shaved.
Yeah, and then some.
Paul, what's going on?
I need to take the car and have you fly back by yourself.
What?
I can't explain. Well, I could explain, but if I did, you'd be in danger, so I can't.
You'll find someone else to play secret agent with because I'm not moving until you explain yourself.
All right. The good news is, I'm not nearly as crazy as I used to think I was. The bad news is, I'm going to show you something, and then we're going to have to put as much distance as we can between us and this truck.
Why? Did you steal it?
Try not to go nuts. It's real, Annie. All of this has been real. Wait. The government shot down one of their ships, and he's the only survivor.
You kidnapped an alien.
Look, I have to get him back to where his ship crashed.
What? Why?
Well, I'll fill you in the rest later.
No. You have anything to say, you tell me now.
All right. The others, the ones who died in the crash, their spirits, their brains, that part of them is still up on the mountain where the spacecraft is.
Listen to what you're saying.
All I know is I've got to get Doss back up there soon or he's going to die.
Doss? Don't start talking about that thing if it's some sort of pet.
I know. It's a lot to take in at once. I know how you feel. But we can't stay here.
This can't be happening, Paul.
Believe me, it's happening.
I'm sure Mrs. Corliss must have said something to you about where she was going.
I'm an employee. I'm not her mother.
When was the last time you saw her?
I don't have to answer your questions.
No. We can do this the hard way, if you prefer. The Corlisses have any vacation properties? Out-of-state friends, anything like that?
Do I need a lawyer?
Not unless you've done something wrong. Mr. Novato, a friend of yours?
How's he look? Is he dead?
I am not dead. I am thirsty.
He just wants something to drink.
Did he just talk to you? Well, how come I didn't hear him?
I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want you to. Maybe you don't believe you can.
Oh, don't get mystical on me.
I won't be long.
Wait a minute. Don't leave me here alone with him.
All right, I'll watch him. Here, you get the stuff. Okay. Make sure to get bottled water.
Howdy. My name's Joe Dan. To help you if I can.
Well, we're planning on heading up to Eagle Cap tomorrow first thing. So...
Ah, you're going up the crash site.
Oh, you know about it?
Sure. Try to get up there myself. Figured I'd get a piece of that stealth bomber, make a great trophy on my wall. But they closed the road. You gotta sneak up to the Umatilla Reservation. And if the Indians don't shoot you, the feds probably will. Still want this stuff?
Oh, yeah, all of it. I feel lucky.
Okay, we got most of this here for you. One thing, though. What's the size of your kid?
Well, about yay.
Okay. Hey, ma'am. Ma'am, come on here. You forgot your credit card. Hey, that's a cute kid. I got a grandson about his age. What is he, a first grader?
Yes, yes. How did you do that back
Among our
there?
stories today, a report on the accelerating depletion of the world's
How did he do that?
But first, an update on the contamination caused by the
Police crackdown on the use of illicit drugs on college campuses throughout the country.
involving the most sophisticated of machinery yet devised for oil recovery have been hampered by bad weather. And as the slick continues to spread, fears are held for the marine and bird life along the coastline. Experts say
Do you miss your home? Is that why you're showing me this?
I do feel it is important that you see my world.
Was it always like this?
It was once beautiful like yours.
Where are the people who live here?
We are not many. Our species has been weakened. We cannot yet reproduce.
What happened?
Our science allowed us total control over all life until there was no life remaining to control but our own.
So what did you do then?
We used our science to change our bodies so that we might continue to exist in a world without other life.
Changed your bodies?
Your scientists refer to the process as genetic engineering.
You could keep working on yourselves?
What has been lost must be found again.
So what do I have that you don't have?
I do not know yet, but I know you are important.
Paul, wake up. Paul, honey, you're having a nightmare.
Oh, I was dreaming about where Das is from. I'm okay. Any news?
So far, no bulletins with our names on them.
Good.
We got the truck. Small airport south of Rock Creek. I want you to check all outgoings in the last 24 hours.
Trees. Everywhere. Trees.
They're pines, actually. A lot of people use them for Christmas trees. That's a religious holiday. You cut a tree down, you put it in your house, and you decorate it.
You worship dead trees.
Roadblock. Das, get down.
Green is a lovely color.
I'll get your own personal tree if you just get down. Annie, do something.
All right. Come on. They mustn't see you. Now put your head down.
There's one thing I know. If we get through this, I'm joining a gym.
Paul, in case we don't, in case we run into some troops.
Name, rank, and serial number, that's it.
No, Paul, I'm serious. If something should happen, I want you to know I'm sorry.
Annie, you don't have anything to be sorry for.
Yes, I do.
Later. Later, Doss, later.
I married you because you're good and smart and honest. And when you said something that sounded crazy, I assumed you were crazy. It never occurred to me that you might be telling the truth.
Annie, positions have been reversed. I would have done the same thing.
You would have thought I was crazy?
You married me, didn't you?
Yeah. I don't know who draws these topographical maps, but they've never been on this side of the hemisphere.
I feel the life force of the others. We are near.
Doss says we're close. Let's see if we can get there before nightfall.
Okay.
We'll go down as soon as it's light. It's too steep to go down in the dark.
I wish to be alone now.
Oh. You're not going to go down there on your own, are you?
I will stay here.
Okay.
Please do not try to communicate with me tonight.
No, I'll try not to. Hey.
Hi. What's he been saying to you?
Well, basically, he said for us not to bother him until tomorrow morning.
So I guess, we're basically on our own, huh?
Looks that way.
Well, come here and give me a hug, huh? Ooh, it's cold out there.
Wow. Oh, I forgot how good you feel.
Paul, somebody's coming.
What? This isn't a good place for you. We'll give you provisions if you want to move on, set up camp someplace else.
You're on reservation land, you know.
Ooh, we're lost.
Tomorrow we'll move on.
Well, tonight you have company. Sam Foolscrow. Who are you?
Paul Corliss. This is my wife, Annie.
This here's my uncle, Banyakya. He's the wisdom keeper for the Umatilla tribe.
Why are you here?
You're the ones trespassing. Why are you here?
There.
Same reason as you, I guess.
What's that?
I don't know.
Paul, don't.
He has to.
What?
I don't know, Annie, something big. Doss, did you know this was going to happen?
The future is unwritten. I'm happy to know this. You have a beautiful world.
Doss, don't die.
Death is just another dream.
You're the only one who knows the truth.
Now you will know the truth.
I don't know anything.
I think I will dream of trees.
He's dead.
What do the people in town think about all this?
Well, the folks are pretty excited at first, you know, with the military being up there. Thought they'd bring more business into the town, but ain't made much difference.
And what do they think crashed up there?
Like I told you, they said it was a stealth bomber or something.
But what do you think crashed up there?
Me? I don't know. I guess it could have been.
Hey,
Mr. Novato.
can you tell us who you are and why you're here?
Give me that tape.
It's my tape. It's a free country. What the hell do you think you're doing?
Exercising my freedom.
Your freedom? Hey, you can't do this!
What the hell's going on here?
Seen him?
Hey, man, I don't know nothing.
Now think real hard. He came here. His wife used her credit card.
Yeah. Look, I only saw him once. His wife spent over $500 in here. But he ain't got no beard, though.
They say where they were going.
Up to the crash site, I suppose, but I told him about the roadblock. Hey, did they steal that cute little kid?
Doss is dead now. There's no reason for you to risk your life to do this.
Except I know it's the right thing to do. You don't have to go.
I'm going.
Private Smith to transport line.
Sir? What's going on?
Depends. Who are you?
Security clearance Ultra. She's with me.
I'm not getting a validation. We've been having some trouble with the codes.
There's got to be some mistake.
I'm gonna have to call it in.
Lerner. Colonel Dan Lerner. You don't have to call this in. Use your eyes, soldier.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
No, don't worry about it. It happens. Everybody's on edge.
How did you do that?
I didn't.
What are you saying? Doss did? Doss was dead?
I'm saying you'd better get inside before somebody else sees us.
Oh my God. Do you know what you're looking for yet?
No.
Well, look fast.
Doss, is that you? are you and me?
We are all inside each other. You have my memories, but your mind is your own.
Are you alive?
Your mind sees me that way now. Your brain cannot yet process all the new information.
So I know what you know.
You will see the truth.
That's why you brought me here.
Once you can understand, you may not believe. Here you will find proof.
Proof of what?
That we are all one.
I don't know what you mean.
You will.
And then what am I supposed to do about it?
In order to save my world, you must save yours. We are one.
Paul, you're scaring me. Is that alien inside your body now?
What he knew is, I'm still me.
Let's get out of here.
No, we can't.
Oh, sure we can right now.
We came this far, we can't go back.
What are you doing?
I don't know, but I know this is the place to do it.
Medical's pretty sure it's dead, sir.
How long?
Just a guess, maybe an hour or two.
That means Corliss must be close by.
We have several patrols out already, sir.
I want choppers out looking, too. Have they reported anything suspicious at the spacecraft checkpoint?
Well, sir, weren't you just up there?
I just got on the scene, soldier. What the hell are you talking about?
Well, sir, it's just that security has you logged into the spacecraft already.
Are you trying to fly this ship?
I don't think so.
Now what?
I don't know, but I don't think this is what I'm looking for.
What's that?
English.
Like on a spaceship from another world?
Some kind of list of names.
Other people they've abducted.
Why would Das want me to see this? What does it prove?
Paul, look for your name on the list.
Here it is.
Paul.
This doesn't make any sense.
They're coming.
What the hell is going on here?
I don't know.
I want an answer, Corliss. And if I have to cut out your brain and study it in order to get one, that's what I'm going to do.
I don't know anything.
How's your memory now?
I don't know anything.
Stop it! Stop it!
Oh. I want the truth!
Which truth?
All right, that's it. Stand away from that man.
You're behind this, Spaulding. I know it.
You stepped over the edge, Colonel. As your commanding officer and a general in the United States Air Force, I'm placing you under arrest and holding you in protective custody.
Thank you, gentlemen. Please be seated.
Mr. Corliss, I'm sorry to keep you longer than your wife, but I'm sure you can appreciate the sensitivity of the situation.
Who are you?
For your purposes, I don't have a name. Now, you have testified to 3 things. 1, that the alien creature known as DOS exerted mind control over you, which caused you to effect its breakout from the Rampart facility. 2, that you are no longer under that mind control. And 3, that you yourself had nothing to do with the death of the alien creature. Is that a true and accurate account of your testimony?
Yeah.
Tell me in your own words why you think these creatures came to Earth.
To get genetic material to help them reproduce because their race is dying out.
Is there anything more you wish to add?
Only that I'd like to go home now.
I operate under an emergency declaration. I'm empowered to keep you incarcerated and under observation for as long as I see fit. Can you give me a reason why I should not do that?
Because I'm no longer any use to you. And I want to go home and be with my wife.
The rules are very simple, but I insist you follow them. 1, you are never to talk about this. 2, if you're ever contacted again, we have to know about it. Do you agree to this?
Yeah.
Then go, live your life, and try to be happy. If we need you again, you'll be hearing from us.
And you should know, there's a reporter who's been calling my wife.
Mr. Novato, he won't be bothering you.
You won't have to hijack a ride this time. My sergeant will take you straight home.
You're a good man, General.
Before you go, I want you to tell me what you didn't tell them.
What makes you think there's anything I didn't tell them?
We had a deal. I kept my part. But tell me, where are they from?
Not where, General. When?
When?
They're not aliens. They're us. From the future, our future.
My God, why didn't they just say so?
Because they didn't want us to know. If they changed their past, they might cease to exist. Although when you shut down their spacecraft, history took a whole new course.
You, still think we should tell everyone?
What would we tell them? That they're going to evolve into something little and gray that eats mushrooms? People have to have hope.
I hope we don't make the same mistakes.
Das being here has already started to change things. Before he died, he told me he'd learned something.
What?
The future is unwritten.
How about your future, Mr. Corliss? What are you going to do?
Me? I've already started writing a new chapter.
She's so beautiful.
She is beautiful.
Oh, God. Our little miracle.
Hey. She looks like you. Annie. There's something you should know. I had to wait till she was here. The computer on the ship. The Corliss line ended with me. No descendants.
So she wasn't meant to be.
I don't think so.
But here she is.
Yeah, here she is.
So we've already changed the future.
Yeah, I'm hoping she's gonna ripple her way through time and make that gray future a bad dream that never really existed.
Do you have a name for our little world changer?
Yeah. It'll probably sound corny.
Honey.
I was thinking about Hope.